What's going on? I'm sorry. I was trying to get a last second text in. Can I just tell you, don't you ever look me in the eyes and tell me the mush ain't real. Don't tell me the mush ain't real. I definitely mush Bobby Mack. Am I going to do it again tomorrow? Yeah, I am. Because the donkeys must pay, and I will make them pay. It is going to happen. That I can assure you. What's up, new guy? I'm the Degenerate75. I'm a PGA DFS content creator who is here to help you get a little better at PGA DFS. If you don't know, this shit be tough, and you're probably doing a lot of things wrong and you don't even know. If you're here for picks, I'm going to save you some time. Don't watch the show. Don't watch it. You won't like it. You won't like the cut of my jib. Also, if you don't like cussing, I will probably cuss a little bit, so you should know that too. But if you do find you like the cut of my jib, you should hang around for about the next 30 minutes. Maybe hop over here into the chat and get some questions up, which my editor is still not put up. I think he's dead. And you should also come check out this schedule right here. DGen Talks, I'm so flustered right now. I do the emergency stream every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, Lord's time zone. I do Showdown, Hoedown for round 3 and round 4. This week I did it for round 2 because it's a major. And tomorrow I am doing the Sunday Sweat, 10:30 a.m. Lord's time zone with the Tour Junkies. We will be watching golf. Come check it out, because if you haven't noticed, Paul Azinger, that guy, he's bad. I'm sorry. He's really, really bad at his job, okay? I get it. He used to be able to hit a golf ball, so now we need to hear his analysis on shit. I get it. But here's what I'll tell you, okay? It's bad. So if you want to sweat some lineups with us, you want to watch some golf, hang out, and just have a good time, I encourage you to come check it out. It'll be right here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you have the notifications on so you'll get a little alert when we go live, okay? Be there or be square, you motherfuckers, or don't. I don't give a shit. If you're here for some Pickems, which, by the way, if you didn't kill it at Pickems today, you're not even trying, Bob. You're not even trying. It was so easy today. Like, underdog, prize picks, I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end. We'll go over some picks, but, man, it was a print fest today. That shit was easy. I mean, it was criminal how easy that was. If you haven't heard, I do be giving some giveaways. We didn't even change it. We're a shit show today, and we'll be doing that at the end. For every 50 likes I get over there, we'll do another ticket into the big $25 tomorrow. And last time I looked, it looks spicy. So I think, get in there. To get in it, simply just ask a question over there. Max 2. If you ask more than 2 questions, I've already told the editor to boot your ass. All right. All right. Let's talk about what we saw on the course today. First of all, man, let's just say it. Brian Harman's unbelievable, okay? Brian Harman is unbelievable. This was my analysis the whole time. If Brian Harman didn't choke it away today, he was definitely going to win this. And through, the first 4 holes, I was like, this little hobbit's he gonna choke. But you know what? The guy's he's a gamer. I've always, people think that I don't like Brian Harman because I call him the Hobbit. I call him the Hobbit because, he's a little tiny guy, right? I'm fat and ugly, right? And I suck at golf, but, and he's short and he's rich and he's good at golf. See, we all have our pros and cons, don't we? I like Brian Harman just fine. I just think it's funny he's just a little guy. So I call him the Hobbit. Plus, he's magical, if you haven't seen, right? And when he came back and held on today, I'm just telling you, Brian Harman is not the kind of guy that is likely to choke tomorrow. Yeah, I just don't. I will say in the interview afterwards, he did seem a little douchey with the lady that was interviewing him, but whatever. Maybe I think he was worried about mushing himself. And you know what, Brian? I can kind of respect that. So, you know what? There you go. I'm all for Brian Harman, okay? Yeah, he's rich, he's good at golf, but you know what? I can also get on roller coasters at theme parks. See, we all have our limitations, don't we? All right. I will say this. Brian Harman is probably going to win this tournament. The Data Golf Evans at 72% to win. I would say he's probably closer to, 80 to 85 would be the numbers that I would probably think off the top of my head. It's just going to be really hard because he's playing so under control. And he just can throw it at the middle of the green on every hole. Even when he's in the rough, he just throws it to the middle of the green. He 2-putts. Occasionally, he rolls in a long one, and then that's what he does. He'll probably shoot a -1 or -2 tomorrow, probably something like 2 or 3 birds, 1 bogey, and then he'll just win because no one's going to go boat race and catch up 5, 6, 7 strokes on him. They're just not going to do it. So we're going to have to talk about the process on how to use Harman or not to use Harman tomorrow, right? Because that's going to be a big part of the decision making. The other big thing that I took away was the splits, right? If you played Showdown today, I told you the nuts time for those guys to be out there was probably, 8 to 10 yesterday or 10 to 12? I can't remember. I had it highlighted on the stone. And it was almost every person who had a nut round today, right? Including Jonathan Ramathan came out of that window. It doesn't mean just because you're in the best conditions, you're going to have the best scoring, but it does mean if you have your A game, which Jonathan Ramathan had for at least the last 10 holes, you are going to go nuclear in those conditions. And we saw it. And weirdly enough, enough, as the afternoon continued, those late guys, the conditions toughened up. I couldn't quite peg why. I mean, clearly the course didn't get firm and fast in the afternoon. The wind didn't really seem to pick up, but they just weren't scoring late in the afternoon as they were early in the morning. And it might have just been the guys in the afternoon were playing a bit more conservative and not firing at flags as much as the guys in the morning. But man, there was some real scoring going on in the morning, and you wanted to have a lot of those guys, because I told you there would be guys that were down, way back, that would be in the top 5 at the end of the round. Damn, was I right. Jonathan Ramathan, Victor Hovland, Alex Fitzpatrick. Okay, I got to tell you, that wasn't one of the ones I had pegged. I will admit that, okay? So there were some real guys that you could have nailed in that time zone, and we're going to have to play that same game again tomorrow, okay? Those are the big takeaways from today, and I think this is super useful because you'll see here in a minute with the weather, I think it is going to be very comparable to what we see mañana. All right, what the hell is this? Okay, I think that's where I was uploading my lineups last night. All right, let's talk contest selection, and let's be real. The big guy's excited. How often do you ever see me 150 max the $25, the big main? Never. Literally never, because it sucks usually, right? But tomorrow, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it, Bob. Only $500,000 prize pool, $100,000 to first, right? So that's 20%. That's as good as you'll ever get in the lottery. Yes, I wish second place was half of first. I do, but it's 40%, right? 10th place, I wish it was 1/10, but you're never going to get that in the lottery. So I think I'm going to play in this. I think I'm going to waste some money. Last major of the year, last Sunday major of 2023. Let's get a little spicy, right? I will be throwing 150 in this, not because it's a great structure. That is very negative EV. When I throw 150 in this, even if I'm playing with an edge, at best, 10% of the time, I will get a positive return on that investment, okay? That's important to remember, right? If you're going to toss 150 in almost any lottery, about 90 to 95% of the time, you're going to get negative money back on that investment. You've got to understand that up front. You're basically just playing for one of like these top 3 or 4 spots to really hit a big one, right? That's really all you're playing for. I will be giving away some of those tickets, so I guess I won't be playing a true 150. Oh, shit, I didn't even see this one. What is this? No, it's a third to first. I do like that 600 if they just make a better price structure. If that was 50,000, I'd be in. The 254 max, which is one I normally love, they're doing a quarter up top. I can't do it. The big $5, 20,000 up top's pretty nice, actually. Maybe I'll just play in that bitch. I don't know. I'll have to do something. I got to go see Oppenheimer tonight, so I'll have to, I'll have to do some thinking. We'll have to see. This one, just look how fast that payoff structure goes, though. 10th place, only 1/100th. Ugh, I don't know if I can do it, Bob. Don't know. As always, the $100 single entry, $200 single entry look good. My $10 18 max is the nuts, as always. And problem is it's just not, $1 20 max is always good. Basically all that. But here's what I'll tell you. If you're ever going to play in this and not feel like a complete slime ball that needs to take a hot shower afterwards, this is probably the only time you'll ever see round 4 showdown, the main, only be 20% to first. All right, fuck it. I'll play in it. You win. I'll play in it, okay? Plus, if you got the stones to fade Harmon tomorrow, there's a real edge. There is a chance that you're literally going to not have a single lineup finish. If he goes and shoots a -5 bogey-free round, Brian Harmon will be a nut play tomorrow. And if you fade him in all your lineups, you'll be dead AF. All right? So, but if you're going to play in that, I encourage you to have a big old hairy ball sack. Hey, my contest. You need to go get in this one before you get in any contest, you motherfather. 750 spots in the only Listener League Showdown Round 4 out there. Go get in it. 750 spots. We're at 369. Nice. Go get it filled. We're right at halfway. I don't want to be stressing about this shit, okay? I don't want Oppenheimer dropping the bomb, and I'm like, well, shit. My contest isn't full. All right? So go get in. Go reserve. 3 spots, $5. Get in there. You get a shout-out. I appreciate it. Hey, also, you know what I appreciate? When you like and subscribe. Me and the editor, just 2 independent fucks that really rely on you guys to hit that like, subscribe to us, and tell a friend. It does so much because YouTube ain't going to share our shit, and it goes a long way. We appreciate all of you guys and all those super chats, which I already saw one. I'm pretty sure it was Nick. Thank you for the super chat, Nick. And Travis. Me and Travis, we all cleaned up over on Prize Picks. I appreciate you, Travis. Nick, Thanksgiving for the editor. I will feed him just for you, Nick. He appreciates you. All right, let's get going. Let's talk some weather tomorrow, because if you don't know, I'm not a poor, and I can afford the $18 a year to give you the very best. Oh, we're up to 100 likes already. 101 Dalmatians. So get in there. Get that up to 200. I'd love to give away 4 tickets again today. All All right, the weather tomorrow is, first of all, we're going to be looking at Eric Cole Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or every country makes weather forecasts. And I see, look, I'm going to make the assumption they're going out the same way they did today. They went off about 9 o'clock local time. They sent them out in twos over about, a 7-hour period. The leaders went off around 3:30, which, by the way, can we just talk about how fast they played today? That final group played in just a hair over 4 hours. Way to go, guys. It was a really fast round. I thought that they would finish at 2. That's why I scheduled the show at 2, and they've been done for like 30 minutes. So I assume they're going to go off at 9, and you can see it's going to be a lot like it was today. Light sprinkles, low 60s, and moderate winds, a lot like we saw today. But I will tell you this. Right there, those guys going out in the first few waves, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, they are basically, I think they're going to get almost perfect conditions for scoring all the way up till about 3 or 4 o'clock. All right. Now, once 3 or 4 o'clock rolls around, you're going to see some afternoon winds. That rain is going to continue, and it looks like it picks up around 4 or 5. So the leaders are not going to be out there in the most ideal conditions. Now, does that mean you don't play leaders? Absolutely not. But I'm thinking if you're just going to play all 6 guys in the top 10 tomorrow, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, just send me the $25. I'll send you a kick in the nuts because you ain't going to win no GPPs doing that, brother. So you got to realize that there is a Goldilocks zone tomorrow morning. Those first 10 groups going out are going to be out there for their entire 4-hour round, basically. And yes, I mean 4-hour round because they actually are playing quickly. They're going to be out there in the nuts conditions. Now, you have to balance that with, do they give a shit, right? Is Brooks going to give a shit tomorrow? And that's a very valid question. I could see Brooks just going out there, hitting shots. I'm too cool for this. I don't have time with it. Same reason I didn't want to play him today. It's like Brooks is going to do the cool guy. I hate Cantlay. This is below me bullshit. And he didn't even try. And it wouldn't surprise me if he does that again tomorrow. Same thing with Scheffner, right? Is he doing the, I hate this course, roar, 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 and he doesn't try? That's a legit thing, right? John Rahm, like today, if I'm telling you, if he would have just made a bogey or 2 on the first couple of holes, he would have went full bitch mode too. But he didn't, right? He stuck with it, and then once he got hot, then he really started to take off on that back 9. Not good, editor, that my thing's going crazy over here. So what am I doing tomorrow? I think that you're a fool if you do not have a rule in your lineups that at least one guy needs to be going out in those first 5 to 10, maybe 15 groups, because they are going to be out there in the nuts conditions, okay? Now, I don't think you want to – you also got to not be that guy that does like, I'm going to go play all 6 guys from there. Well, it'll look great for about the first 3 hours when you're winning all the GPPs, and then you're going to watch your ass moonwalk to a no cash by the end of the day. So don't be that guy. Don't do that, all right? The key is to have a good mixture of those guys that start in the top 10 and those guys that are that are going to make those big pushes up the leaderboard tomorrow. There's going to be some clown in the first 10 groups that go out tomorrow, and he shoots a -6 with a streak, bogey-free round, and he's going to be a nuts play. If you don't have him, you can basically pack up for Showdown the rest of the day. The key is to find that guy. We'll try to do that, okay? Editor, should I be getting concerned that my screen is still doing this over here? You might want to hop on TeamViewer and fix me up. All right, hey, if you know what you should do, you should go check out the solver. Oh, there we go. We're back live, editor. The solver. It is the best optimizer out there. But more important than that, it has my projections. See my projections right here? Those are mine. And my ownership all loaded up into there so you can make the best versions of your player pool and make the best and make lineups that can win GPPs. Just look at all the motherfucker winners we've had recently, and they're using this, I can assure you, right? And my projections do this crazy thing called factoring in the fucking weather, which most projections are like, what the hell's weather? Right? I promise you, I don't look at anybody else's projections, but I'm going to guarantee you my projections were higher than everybody else's because I saw that this course was going to be easy, and I told you yesterday they were going to nuke this course. Everybody else is putting out like stupid 27-point projections. Dude, yeah, look at the weather. Of course they were going to roast this course today. You need projections that reflect that. If you ever want those, you simply just go sign up using my little landing page, Showdown Hoedown, right here. You get all sports for $39.99 or just golf for $24.99. That gets you the optimizer, and it gets you all my projections loaded in for week-long and all of the rounds of Showdown, all right? We got to talk about some stuff, all right? We're going to start with straight theory here, okay? It's going to get a little nerdy. When you got Brian Harman who's leading, and by my math, I would say he's at least 80% to win. We're just going to use the number 80% to win. And so what a lot of people are going to say is, he's going to win. He's going to get those 13 points, right? You get 13 points when you win, all right? So Brian Harman's definitely going to win. You definitely got to play him at Showdown tomorrow, right? Well, I want to remind you, I believe it was the U.S. Open. Just a little over a month ago, we had the same issue with Wyndham Clark, right? I'm pretty sure he was the one way out in front, and we had this conundrum. If he wins, do you have to play him? And when you go look at almost every GPP that won that day, they did not play Wyndham Clark, and they still won the GPP. So the answer is no. You do not have to have the winner necessarily. The key is you're going to have to get those guys that boat race up the leaderboard to offset his points. Because if he goes out and he makes 3 birdies and 1 bogey tomorrow, and he gets those 13 points, he's going to get something around like 40 to 45 points, which is very solid, especially when you factor in his salary is only $8,500 tomorrow, right? So he's easily the 3rd or 4th guy in a lineup for people. So how do you offset that? It'd be one thing if he was 11,500. That would be really easy to fade, right? But when he's 8,500, it's so easy for people to get him in and still get other really good players in there, which makes the decision to fade Harman much more difficult than it would otherwise normally be. So with Brian Harman, you got to ask yourself this. What would it take to offset what he is doing, okay? So if he's going to get 13 points, and let's say he has a good round, a -2, which I think would more than easily win this tournament. He gets, his 3 birdies, his 1 bogey. He gets around 40 points. Probably be more like 45 points by the time you put the bonus and everything in there, right? Somebody can do the fucking math over there in the chat. All right. So if he does that, what would it take to offset him? Well, I think a lot of people think that the only position points you get is for first. If you can find that guy that backdoors like 5th place, he also gets 8 points, right? Find the guy that goes backdoor 6th place. That gets you 7.5. You realize the difference between 7.5 and 13 is less than 1 birdie. It's right here. 5.75 plus 7.5 equals 13.25. That is going to be higher than 13. So if you can just get a guy that backdoor 6 then outscores Brian Harman by just 1 birdie, you have already beat Brian Harman, right? You've already beat him. Not to mention if he gets a streak or that guy gets a bogey-free round, you have passed him, right? So when you start to look at the math like that and you realize that it's not just Harman that gets these position points, you start to see a path for a way to fade him, right? Especially if you can get those guys that are going to be finishing 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, because those position points are so close to the leader at round 4 showdown that simply 1 birdie offsets all that difference. And you got to know that Brian Harman is not going to be playing super aggressive tomorrow. He's going to be throwing it to the middle of the green. He's going to have 30-foot birdie putts all day. Maybe he rolls one in, but he's going to probably, I would say, at best, probably make 1 or 2 bogeys, and at most, probably 3 or 4 birdies, because he just ain't going to be playing super aggressive, right? So, is there a path to fade Harman? Yes, there is. Is there a way to justify playing Harman? Absolutely, right? If you think that he's going to be aggressive tomorrow and he's going to go get 5 birdies, maybe a bogey-free round, he's going to keep that hot putter going, maybe he rolls in 3 30-footers because he's going to have 15 of them, well, then there is a path to playing Harman. You just got to ask yourself, first of all, if you don't think Brian Harman's going to win, he's the easiest fade ever. But I think most of us agree that Brian Harman's going to win this, so the bigger question becomes, what do we do with him? And you got to ask yourself, how is he going to win? Is he going to win this thing going away, or is he just going to kind of white knuckle and hold on the best he can while all these other big dicks go track him down? And if you think that it's going to be the latter, you can probably safely fade Harman and play the game. If you think that he's going to run away with this like the little Hobbit champion that he is, I don't think there's any way you can fade him. He'll almost certainly be in an optimal lineup, all right? But that's up to you to decide. I don't know the future, but I'll tell you this. Brian Harman is a tough SOB, and I don't think that he's going to melt down. If you're waiting on him to implode and have a +3 or +4 and finish in 5th place tomorrow, it ain't going to happen. I think that there is a chance he shoots like a +2 maybe he has a really bad day or something, but I don't see any way that he implodes. Brian Harman just ain't a loser bitch like that. He is a really elite golfer who has a tough mindset, right? He got that bulldog mentality. So that is how to consider finishing points tomorrow, right? The other thing I think you really want to consider is I encourage you to do this, right? Go over here to DraftKings, and when you're like doing your salaries, you can go right here and you can go to position and sort by position, right? It always sorts by salary naturally, right? But you go right here and you sort by position, and you can basically, I can tell you right now, like how do you get ownership projections for Showdown? I mean, the number one thing I look at for round 4 Showdown ownership projections, I go right here to this, and I can build you the lineup that like a lot of plebs are going to build. And when you put a contest like that out, the big $100,000 up top, $500,000 player pool, there's going to be a lot of plebs playing tomorrow, okay? People are going to start with Harman. They're going to start with Young because they are starting 1 and 2, and they are both basically average price players. You get $8,300 a player, they're $8,400 and $8,500, right? From there, people are never going to be able to pass on the value of Jason Day being that cheap. And starting in 4th place, he's $500 below average, and he's a legit player, and he is in 4th place. I mean, like, everybody's going to play Jason Day. The next thing people are going to do, people are going to play Sepp Straka. Sepp Straka is a guy who's been on a heater. He did not have his best game today, and he's still just lingering there in T4. So right now, people basically have that start, and they have almost as much money. You can do whatever you want with you can get the next any person you want in the lineup, right? So no matter who you want to put in next, you can do this. They could go put in Scheffler, they could go put in Rory, they can go put in Rahm. Any of those guys make sense. I think the normal person is probably going to play Rahm here just because of the position points, and he had a good round today, and they're dumbasses, and so they're going to do that, and that's going to leave them 7,300. Who are they going to go to next? I can't imagine they're going to want to finish it with Sharma or Fitzpatrick, but it's going to be some combination of that, right? Dietrich will probably be a popular one. Of course, Shawarma, maybe some big Middle Eastern fans out there. Or you're going to see some combination of trying to get Rosner in there, and maybe instead of Rahm, they're going to go something like Hovland or Fleetwood or something like that, right? Those are going to be very, very common builds, and they'll be duped literally dozens of times. And what those fucking morons don't understand is they literally have no chance at cashing. They have no chance. No, they could cash. They just have no chance of winning. And if they do, they're going to be splitting it 37 ways. So I really encourage you, do not build a lineup like this. Don't build a lineup like this. If you have these guys in your lineup, I would say these are going to be some very popular plays because of where they're starting, who they are, and the way they're playing. I would encourage you to have a rule that you probably only want to have at most 2 to 3 of those guys in your lineup. Because if you start putting 4 or 5 of these guys lineup and rotating out the last spot, you are building a lineup that is exactly like everybody else. And when you're trying to beat 23,000 people, you ain't going to do it with that. Okay? If you got to eat the Harmon chalk, you got to eat the Cam Young chalk, fine. I get it. But then you better not play Day, Straka, Fleetwood, or Rahm with the rest of your lineup. You better not do it. Okay? Because you're going to have a lineup where you're going to be 2v2 versus maybe thousands of people. And that is not the situation you want to be in. You want to have multiple chances for your lineup to be successful, and not just simply these 2 guys have to do well or these other 2,000 people boat race my ass. So really give some real thought to how you constitute your roster. And really, how many guys you need in the top 10? Well, I think if there are going to be a lot of birdies out there tomorrow, and there were birdies out there today, I think that my rule is going to be I want at least 2 guys who start in the top 10. But I probably am not going to ever want to have more than 4. Probably 3, actually. Because I actually like a lot of these guys in this T11, T17 range, right? And once you see all these guys right here, like a good, for instance, I would bet a guy like Emiliano Grillo is going to probably be a single-digit own tomorrow. And Emiliano Grillo is at -3. So he is legit 2 shots. 2 shots out of 4th place. 2 shots, right? And you can get him at a super discounted ownership simply because it's not where he's starting. But if he picks up those 2 birdies, not only is he scoring those birdie points, he is going to gather all those position points, and you're going to get him at lower ownership. So I think it's, not a soul is going to play Spieth tomorrow. No one's going to play Decky. Minwoo, people aren't going to play these guys, and they're all within 2 or 3 strokes of 3rd place. And once again, if you just backdoor to 3rd place, that's 9 points. If you get those 9 points plus 1 more birdie than Brian Harmon, you've now outscored Brian Harmon by over 2 points, or by 1.75 points. Simple math, guys. Play the game. Don't fall in love with position points, because it's where you finish, not where you start, bro. All right, let's go look at some stats. Thanks again to Data Golf for getting all this updated. They do not have to be this cool. I think the first thing we want to look at is where's my cutoff on guys I'm willing to play tomorrow. And I think that if you can backdoor, I think you get position points all the way up to 30th place gets you 2 points, right? That ain't nothing, Bob. That ain't nothing. So what does it take to get to 30th place? Let's see. 30th place right now is currently around -1. So I think anybody that's at +3 could easily get to -1, assuming the course is going to play around just around par like it did today. So these guys at +3, I would be willing to go down here, right? I would be willing to play Kurt Kitayama, Victor Perez, Adam Scott, these type guys. I think that if they have a ceiling type round, they could backdoor you a top 20, maybe a top 25, and they could be a nuts type play, right? And they're going to be going out there, and they're going to be out in the nuts conditions, right? The other thing is who are the guys that I are just coming off nuclear rounds? I don't know if I want to chase an Alex Fitzpatrick -6. I mean, maybe he's the real Fitzpatrick, but I fucking doubt it, Bob. I fucking doubt it. Who else? Rosner, Dietrich, old Caesar salad lettuce. Some of these guys, I don't mind chasing Cantlays or Fowlers or Sungjays or Matthew Fitzpatrick or Hovland, because those are real golfers, right? But some of those marginal golfers, always a little reluctant to do that, right? From there, I think what is the cutoff to get, we keep talking about backdooring those 5th places. Well, 5th place, 4th place is currently -5. What is it going to take to get there? I would say you're probably going to have to get to -7 to backdoor top 5 tomorrow. So I would say basically any of these guys from -2 up can still not easily, but definitely have the upside to backdoor you a top 5 tomorrow, right? So the T17 guys, Minwoo Lee, Spieth, Homa, Decky, All those guys have the ability to be those guys that I would almost guarantee you those 4 guys will all be single-digit ownership, and they all have the ability with a ceiling type round to go get you that top 5 and break the slate. So that would be some guys to consider right there, right? Instead of just playing all those guys in the top 10, instead of spending your money on Rahm and Hovland and Day and Fleetwood and Tom Kim, guys like that, Rory, go play those guys just right below them, and you're going to get them at such a lower ownership, and they probably have nearly the same upside as those guys I just named, right? Next thing we want to look at is ball striking. I mean, I'm just going to warn you, Cam Young played unbelievable today. He shot, a -5, and just watching his round, he probably should have shot a -7. Like, I think Cam Young may be unbroken. If there's one guy I think that can go win this, I think it's Cam Young. I really do. If anybody other than Brian Harman wins this, I think it will be Cam Young. He played unbelievable today, and his putting has been bad, but like, if he's going to ball strike like that, I don't give a shit. And I think that this whole Cam Young at the Open Championship is becoming a real thing, right? I think that is like a thing. You got, second last year, right, at the Open at St. Andrews. Rory's just going to be bounce backs. If Rory doesn't backdoor a top 5, then I don't know. The universe makes no sense to me any longer, okay? Jon Rahm, he played well today, but his putter made him a little bit better than he really was. Same thing with Hovland. He played well today, but like, I don't know if I really want to assume that they're going to continue doing that. They could still have good rounds and just shoot -2s tomorrow, though, right? I don't know if I want to assume their putters are going to continue to be that good. Arrow Hatton had a sneaky little round there. Sneaky little round. He could be one of those guys that's just right. I mean, he'll be 5% owned tomorrow. And you're telling me Arrow Hatton can't, nobody boat races harder than Arrow Hatton. Nobody. Louis. Oh, dude. Louis is one of those guys. When I see approach on, I tend to play Louis, okay? Because Louis is a guy, he gets roasty hot with the old putter. Hideki was a guy I had. He was literally, I think, the only prop bet I didn't hit today. I took his over on 3 birdies, and he just has 15 feet for birdie every fucking hole and just never makes them. So maybe one hole he will quit being an asshole and actually make them, and he shoots a -7 tomorrow. Anybody else? Ooh, Andrew Putnam balls. Oh my God, Andrew. Man, I mushed him yesterday. I got so excited. Hey, he really is Andrew approached him. Look at that. Because he is not Andrew Putnam when you're losing 3.38 off the with the flat stick. Wow, okay, maybe I lied. Brooks Koepka couldn't putt or short game. But if he's going to ball strike, Brooks Koepka will be 2% owned tomorrow. 2%. If that. And please remember this story, okay? I believe it was the Open Championship last year, right? Where Jon Rahm shot the -8 bogey-free round with a streak, and the guy who won the main GPP had Jon Rahm at 1.5% and won the GPP playing the #1 player in the world. There you go. I mean, need I say more? That doesn't prove my point about what can happen in these last rounds. It's just a way to get different is spend your money on a guy down at the bottom instead of the guys up at the top. All right, who else do we got here? Wow, Ricky. All right. So that gives you an idea. Ball striking. Anybody kill it on approach today? Basically all the... Ooh, Matthew Jordan. Okay. All right, Matthew Jordan. I kind of like that kid, actually. If there's one thing that you want to see, good approach. That's it. Anybody kill themselves off the tee but were otherwise good? Old Dirty Dick Bland killed himself off the tee. What did he hit, like 7 balls OB or something? Podrick just strikes me as one of those slap dicks that's going to get there. I might just play him and Bobby Mack just to punish all you week-long donkeys that play 107-year-old Podrick Harrington. Okay, Matthew North Fence, that's tough scene. That's tough scene, but his approach is on. Got to give him that. Anybody with around the green, but was good at approach. We already talked about Putnam. We got Koepka. Ooh, Nikolai Højgaard. Not okay. He was good at everything except around the green. He got off to a lightning start, and it's kind of faded today. He could be a sneaky one. He does strike me as one of those guys I'm going to have to bump up to my nuclear hot list, right? Hey, Ricardo, thank you for the super chat, and same with you, Michael Shaloub. I'll get it one day. I won't. All right, there you go. Hey, before we get to questions, by the way, we're almost to 150 likes. 150 likes. We'll do 3 giveaways here in a minute. But before I do that, make sure you go check out my site, DGen75.com, the fastest growing community in all of PGA DFS. If you don't know, our shit be growing. I'm bringing on a whole group of people. We're going to start introducing Pickems. We're going to start covering more best ball. We are going to be doing college football, NFL. We got everything you need. We're going to start doing write-ups for course previews, slate previews for football, for college football, the little site that's growing. We're going to be just like all those tout sites, minus minus the fucking touting. So if all of that interests you, I highly encourage you to come check it out. The prices are going up come August 1st because shit be blowing up and we got to keep it exclusive. So get in there now and lock in those prices, or don't. I don't give a shit. And if you want to know something, we got a lot of people that fly the flag. Just go look at any leaderboard. You'll see all those motherfuckers. I can't wait to see all the ones from this week. Our collages. This is every week. This is a new collage we're making. It's just, it's bonkers, right? And I have the best tool in all of PGA DFS called the Rosetta Stone, which has everything you need to make informed decisions, right? The round 4 one is sick. We add win percentage. We add top 5 percentage. Everything you need to make informed decisions and informed player pools, right? Check it out. It is pretty cool. And by the way, just go sign up for the newsletter. You get a free week, and then you don't even got to pay, you poor. Hey, here are those good round 4 scores. Max Homa, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Jason Day, and Septim Instructaba. All right, there you go. That is some good round 4 scores. I'm a big believer in that. It seems to really correlate to success. Don't forget, go check out those Pickems. If they lay lazy-ass numbers again, especially for guys going off in the morning, I will be smashing the shit out of overs on 3 birdies, right? I will. And I really want to tell you, I'm no fan of Price Picks. They're not a partner of mine, but they put up this paired up shit here where you can pair up guys, and now basically you're getting 2 studs, and if just one of them goes ham, it's like an auto print fest. So you can do it, and they were putting like 5.5, 6.5 birdies out there. Get the fuck out of here. That was so easy. So the problem is I'm limited, so I can only put 150 on it, but that was criminally easy. So if they put those lazy ass numbers out there again, especially with guys who are going to be charging that are going to be making birdies, I would really be taking the over on those birdies, right? Even if it involves Scheffler or Brooks out early, I think that they'll probably fire enough flags that they can get you 3 or 4 birds. You go get Rory to get you 3 or 4 birds, you're easily across the finish line. All right, editor, here is for my editor, I hope this did you update the wheel? Editor, did you update the wheel from the people from what's it called today? Anyways, editor, go ahead and give us those names from there. I'm going to I think these are today's. I don't know. I'll let him answer. But in the meantime, while he's getting that going, I'm going to get over here to some questions because I don't want to keep the crowd waiting. So back over here with questions. Oh, damn, I still got the thing up on the screen. My bad. All right, D has won. D, hey, no, I hope that's not the grade you're going to get on our lineup tomorrow. D is one. Simply reach out to me on Twitter or on the Discord. Ryan Wallace, okay? Matt Wallace's older brother who's better at golf. All right, there you go. Ryan, me and you, line up tonight. I'm going to see Oppenheimer, so you motherfuckers better reach out to me early, because if you wait till tonight, my ass ain't going to be around, okay? And Jason Lopez, older brother of Jennifer Lopez. He has a lot of junk in the trunk, Jason does. So there you go. That is our 3 winners for 160 likes. If we get to 200 likes by the end, we'll do one more. Editor, did you update the wheel? Because I need to know. How was Oppenheimer? I didn't go see it. I bitched out last night. Billy, I was too tired. I'm going to see it tonight. And then I'm going to go see it again tomorrow because I have a feeling I'm going to like it. Hyping it up. What could ever go wrong? All right, we're getting over here to the chat. Todd says, my son's name is Shawn Michael. Should I be cheering for Cam Smith? Yes. I hope your son is a heartbreak kid too, because Cam just strikes me as a guy that's going to boat race tomorrow. He does this every major that he's out of contention. He says, fuck it, it's Sunday. Let's go make 7 birdies. John Rahm, going to be 40% owned tomorrow after today's round. I would say probably not. I think that his price tag will be a little prohibitive. I think he'll still probably be over 30, though. He's going to definitely be very highly owned. Look at the editor just right here, creeping on my screen and updating all the people for the drawing, because we are people of high integrity. Now he's going to type in Twitter. There you go. Live on the air. This is what you can do. And now we're going to spin it. Here we go. This is for all the people that retweeted over on Twitter. This is to also make a lineup for me. Me and the editor, we've been busy. We were trying to make a really funny graphic, and we couldn't get it done in time. Who do we got here? The real Brian Harris. I don't want the fake one. I want the real one. Reach out to me, brother. We'll make one, okay? Back over to the chat. How many players outside of the top 10 would you suggest for your player pool? Well, Hannah, that's a complicated question. It would depend on how many lineups you're making, right? I will say that I'm probably only going to have 5 to 6 guys in the top 10 from a 150 player pool, and then I'm going to have a lot of guys outside of that. So something like 80% of my pool will be outside of that. Harman choke job coming? I don't think so. Somebody might hawk him down, but I think worst case scenario, he shoots a 1 over tomorrow. That'd be like worst case. I just don't think Harman's a bitch that'll quit. Shaloub is PGA DFS expert. Who's winning this thing tomorrow? Don't ask questions to other people, you slappy LA Quake. I'll take your ticket away. You do that shit again. Showdown round 4. Does the bankroll good? Hatton Showdown round 4. Does the bankroll good? I mean, if I'm trying to win a big GPP and I'm not considering Hatton, then I'm not trying to win a big GPP. Does Harmon choke choke the chicken with the pressure, filling a full fade on him? I mean, I think there's a way to fade him, and he doesn't choke. I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive, right? Hovland T2. I mean, Hovland played really well today, and Hovland ain't no bitch on Sundays. I could see him getting second place. To Harmon or not to Harmon is the biggest question. That is the biggest question, Nick, and only you'll know the answer. Ex-Turca. We take Cam Young from the broken list. It seems like that, man. He is playing really, really well. His putter's still a little questionable, but, man, if he's going to be that good tee to green, we can overlook it, right? 41st in the queue. Will Brennan Todd wait for his brother on the 18th green tomorrow? No. All right, Is Roy going to come out and shoot a -10? Yes. Well, he's not out early, though. He's out pretty late. But of all the afternoon guys, I would say old Rory is the most likely to just go ham tomorrow. How's the weather looking for Middle Earth tomorrow? We already talked about it. Is Rom Mega Chalk worth eating? I mean, that's up to you. Rom's one of those guys that sometimes he gets on a heater and he just keeps it rolling. But I also thought that he was very, very fortunate with his putter today, right? Like, yeah, he was good at everything, but, like, his putter was extremely hot. If he has a -4 round, are we all drooling over him? That would be my question. Any advice on picking the best contest? Yeah, I did a whole segment on it. Who will the golem be for the Hobbit tomorrow? Well, I guess Cam Young, right? I think Cam Young. Travis, once again, thank you for the super chat. Are we going back to Corey Connors? Well, again, tomorrow, Corey Connors fucking tilts my balls. He has a bogey-free round going into the 18th, and I'm just so accurate off the tee. You got to play Corey Connors. He's accurate off the tee. And he puts it like 500 yards OB. Fuck you, Corey. Loses a bogey-free round while he's at it. But, yeah, I think he makes sense, Jesse. How much would you leave on the table in a single entry? I don't really think there's much need to leave a ton of money on there, right? Out there, I would just spend it to get good players. That's what I would do, especially play good players that are down low that are going to be low owned. Once again, Nick, thank you for the super chat. Does Cam Young shoot a 64 tomorrow? He could. I think he shot a 64 in the final round last year, didn't he? Is that you playing that hot banjo? That is me. Just I can pick it, man. I can pick it. Is Cam Young officially not broken? I think I agree with that. Are there any studs out there that are running for a top finish who won't just mail it in tomorrow? Yeah, I think that these guys in this middle range, Xander, Cam Smith, Cantlay, Hatton, I consider all those guys studs, and I think they're right there in contention at -1. Every single one of those guys could still finish in the top 5. And honestly, what is more of a Xander, Cantlay, Hatton move than to backdoor a top 5 at a major? Giggity. With a 5-shot lead, is Harmon an auto lock? I don't think so. Not for me. I think you got to consider it. I'm not saying he's an auto fade either, but he's not like, oh, I've got to play Harmon. Do you think we'll overreact to scoring today? Will be tough hole selections? There will be tougher holes tomorrow. I do think that. I think they're going to put some tough pins out there tomorrow, which makes it all the more reason that I think Harmon is at most going to make 2 or 3 birdies tomorrow. He's just not going to go after fool's flags, right? They're not going to – they put him in tucked corners. He's going to say, well, fuck you. I'll just put it in the middle of the green. Whereas the guys at the back are going to say, I'm firing at every one, and they might leave it short and put it in a bunker, and now they're making a bogey. But I would rather have 6 bogeys and 6 birdies than 1 bogey and 3 birdies. Can Sunday Spieth be a thing tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, if you watched him today, he probably had, I would say, 7 or 8 legit birdie putts, and I don't think he made a single one. Who are some chasers you like going low tomorrow? All those guys in that -1 range seem pretty good to me. I don't do picks. Started chiseling Tommy Parwood and his Tommy Sharks. I think Tommy's just a guy you got to play tomorrow. I'm going to have a hard time fading old Tommy Fleets. He did not play well today. The narrative's out there, but you know what? This is exactly where Tommy Fleetwood wants to be. Charging on a Sunday at a major. And he really didn't even play that badly today, right? He just didn't make anything. If he just putts average today, he shoots a -2, right? Never ceases to amaze me, the courage of hobbits. Dear Beer Newson. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I mean, I'm just excited. As Brant pointed out, Brian Harmon, if he wins, it'll be very special because he'll be the first player who's ever been able to take a bath in the Cleric Jug. That's exciting stuff. Does the Hobbit waggle much? Yeah, his waggle's getting annoying. It's worse than the Cantlay little foot thing. Jesus, dude. But I guess if you're gonna win a major, you can do whatever the hell you want. I could see Rom pulling out a win tomorrow. Thoughts? Yeah, I could too, but I could also see him shooting a +3. I'm not convinced that Rom is completely there. I think he had a really good round, but I don't know if that means that he's locked in, right? It'd be different if it were Rory that had that round or Scheffler that had that round. I'd be way more interested in it. Hammer over on birdies. What a great effing tip. Hey, Bruce, glad you got in there on it, man. It was an easy day on old Prize Picks and Underdog. Hovland boat racing tomorrow? I could see it. I don't know if he would be my first choice, though. Do you think we'll have some drama at the end of this tourney? I hope so, because we're doing a fucking Sunday sweat show, and it's not going to be very much fun if we're watching Brian Harman up 8 strokes on 16. We'll just cut the stream off at that point. Does the solver build lineups with captain mode? I think we have captain mode on there. Yes, I think we added that. So many good players outside of the top 10. Love the setting up with so many no-names choking real players. Yeah, I think that some of these guys up here, Rosner, Sharma, who the hell was the other one? Alex Fitzpatrick. I think, there's a lot of bombs up there, a lot of grenades that people are going to play. And one of those guys will probably do well, but I have a feeling that one or two of them is also going to shit the bed, Bob. Shit the bed. Underdog mash boogies. I don't even know what that means, bro. All right. Wind, rain, edge tomorrow. Yeah, I already told you, Cruz. I like that little pocket early. Rom or Cam Young running down the Hobbit tomorrow? If I had to pick one, I'd say Cam Young does it. Dominic, don't recognize your name. Welcome, new guy. Hey, he literally says, hey, new guy. Is Cam Young going to be a loser tomorrow? I mean, I'm not convinced he's not broken, right? I'm not convinced he's not broken, but he's really starting to convince me right now. And I think that maybe he likes link-style golf. Maybe that's what he needs. Maybe, hey, I got it. New guy, you helped me figure it out. He's a leprechaun. Leprechauns are from Ireland, which is right by Britain. So he's in his enchanted land, and all of his magic is working. We have figured it out. Cam Young is the nuts tomorrow. We just figured it out. Get off of me, Lucky Charms. All right. Should the solver be used for single entry? I like to hand build my single entries, LMO. Other questions. Moving on. Any Pickems. Already went over it. McFlurs. Can we smash the like? Oh, got to get 24 more or 25 more to get another one. Can we get a Golem to make this tournament spicy? That would be really nice, right? Somebody needs the Precious, and the Precious is the Cleric Jug. Should we be playing Rom or Straka Manana? Ooh, if I had to choose one of those, I'd choose Straka. I feel like Straka is kind of playing like elite level golf. Like, Straka feels like he's almost a top 20 golfer in the world right now. And he had a bad round today, and I'm going to tell you this about Straka. That guy can pack it up and suck balls, but when he's on, he is on. I mean, that guy, he can go, real hot. He can go as hot as an atomic bomb. Okay, sorry. I got Oppenheimer on the mind. Who are some guys outside the top 20 that you like to make it inside? That's picks. I don't do that shit. Is Rum going to be super chalky tomorrow? Yes, he'll be probably 30 to 40% would be my guess. Jay Butler feels like Matthew Jordan in the nuts lineup tomorrow. If there's one guy up here, if there's one slapdick up here that I would consider playing, I think it would be Matthew Jordan. I think he's I've been watching him all week, Jay, because I have him in a couple of my week-long lineups. I like the cut of that kid's jib. I do. And I love a good narrative, and if you don't know, he's British, and this is in Britain. Can we have the Hobbit versus the Leprechaun showdown tomorrow? Oh, that would be amazing, right? A couple folklores. DGen mushing the Hobbit. The Hobbit's gonna win. Is there a better show out there? My mom would say no. Any chance for chaos tomorrow? I mean, there could be, but Brian Harman just doesn't strike me as a guy that's going to melt down. I mean, if it were Rosner or Sharma or Alex Fitzpatrick or Matthew Jordan leading, I'd be like, prepare for the implosion. But Brian Harman's a seasoned-ass veteran. He is not going to melt down tomorrow. Doesn't mean he's going to do great. I just promise you he won't melt down. I'll take money on it. I will bet you that he shoots. I'll take, well, if you'll take it, I'll take even money he shoots a +1 or better. Okay, I will say that's probably a pretty plus bet on my side, but I don't give a shit. I don't like to get into negative bets. If I did, I'd just play the chalk. Bobby Mack, we're playing him again tomorrow. We're going to mush that mother father into oblivion. Smash the like. This man gets it. Do you worry about studs coming off of nuclear rounds? I always worry about that, yes, but less so with studs. Harman, easiest fade of the year. I don't know about that. But I think I've almost convinced myself to fade him, right? It's just the whole can't get on roller coasters. That's a big non-starter for me. Do you need Harman to win tomorrow? No. I mean, if you have him in your lineups and he doesn't win, I don't see any way your lineup's going to win a GPP. Do you think Gandalf put a spell on the Hobbit's putter? I think so. Gandalf the Great. Gandalf the putter. It's a Scotty Gandalf putter. That's what it is. Who breaks our heart tomorrow? You see Cam this week. You were one of the few guys to talk about him. Yeah, I mean, I just lived that pivot life, and I just knew that Cam Young is a guy that you always had to consider. I couldn't get on him, but man, he did well. Which, by the way, all my 6-6s and week long dust today, right? This is what I'm talking about. You can get to the weekend and be like, I've got all these 6s, and then like you just get one shitty Saturday, and now all my 6s are dead. I got literally no sweats tomorrow week long, and I still did everything right. That just shows you what a luck sack it is on the weekends, right? Because I know some people are going to win a GPP this week, and they're gonna have John Rahm, and they're gonna be like, I knew that he was like gonna boat race on like Saturday after like barely making the cut. Shut the fuck up. You got lucky and the guy boat raced on the weekend. You had no control over that, okay? Shut your mouth. Okay. Who's the ROM smash tomorrow? Any of those top stud guys, I say. Any of those top stud guys. I don't want to do picks, man. If you guys want picks, go fucking watch another show. Donkey Chalk, Bobby Mack bounce back, or he could tomorrow. Yes, he's a or he could be in my lineups because I'm gonna mush him. The donkeys must pay. You play 23% on Bobby Mack at week long. You did this to yourself. Are you sure you're not going to see Barbie tonight? Dude, I've heard that movie sucks balls. Time to get all the money back. Is Hovland the nuts? I like some Hovland tomorrow. Hovland's a guy that seems like when he's in contention, he usually has his A game on Sundays. What's Harmon's ownership? Andy, I still need to run the model, but just gut feeling, it feels like he'll be somewhere around 45 to 50 would be my guess. Yeah, back in the day, he would have been 58 to 65, but I think that people have wised up that you don't always have to have the leader, right? So I think he'll come in a little bit lower than that, but still very, very high would be my guess. What lower down the board golfer is known for good round 4 scoring? I gave you those 4 a little bit ago, right? Sepp Straka, Jason Day, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Max Homa. There you go. If you want more down the list, come check out the Stone. It is over on the website. We have them all on there, right? See how it says historical grades? We'll have it for every single mother father. Cam Smith still a sleeper? Absolutely. Always love Cam Smith on Sunday rounds. Mike, thanks again for the super chat. Minwoo and Jason Day in every lineup tomorrow. I mean, I don't hate it, Mr. Pentrini. I don't hate it. I will definitely be playing them. I don't know about the 100%. Let's see. Who are some of the slimies that are worth consideration? You want some slimy guys that not a fucking soul's going to play that I would give some consideration to? Brooks Koepka, Kurt Kitayama, Adam Scott, Louis Oosthuizen, Matthew Northfence. There you go. There's your 5 slimy bastards that not a soul's going to play tomorrow. All right. By the way, if you're playing a single entry and you play those guys, I think you're almost getting too cute. I think that those are guys you want to be playing in GPPs with at least 1,000 people in it. Because if those guys hit and you're going to get them at really low ownership, you want those dividends to be paid in the largest way possible against the most number of other lineups possible, right? Did today teach us that the wind impacts scores the most? The rain softening things up with the grid. I mean, I didn't think was there more wind in the afternoon than there was in the morning? It seemed like the wind was pretty steady today from what I saw. Saturday. Yeah, it looks like the wind was pretty steady all day. Matter of fact, when the winds died down a little bit, it seemed like the scoring died down a little bit, weirdly enough. They were not scoring there at the end. It was very weird. All right, and it might have been nerves. I don't know. Who knows? It could have been them playing conservative. Do you ever play Showdown Captain Mode? I don't, Steven, and I don't have a good answer for that. Ricardo, thank you again for the super chat. Brian says, thanks for the show, big guy. Don't want to ask a stupid question. You want to be in the drawing? Maybe everyone hits the like. Yeah, 15 more likes. We'll do one more drawing. You got probably about 3 or 4 more minutes before I get through these questions to get 15 more likes on there. By the way, 215 of you today. Thank you guys for being here. Who's your best play? I don't do that shit. I'm really getting away from the picks, man. I'm sorry, guys. I love all of you. I appreciate you participating in the chat, but if you want this guy or that guy or give me this guy, the answer's just always going to be no. I'm fucking done with that shit. I don't want to be even a quasi-tout, so no offense. I appreciate your question. I'm not going to fucking answer them. All right, new here. Love the channel and DK stuff. Will you have NFL DK? Yes, Kirk. We did NFL last year, and we're really going to blow it out this year. NFL and college football. I'm bringing on a team of people to help me. We are going to have all of our own projections, ownership, and tools, revamping the Rosetta Stone, doing live streams behind the paywall. It will have everything you need. We are going to be a golf and football website. That's all we'll ever be, but we're going to try to be the best at it. Weekly preview letters, our slate previews, written and videos. We're going to do all the Showdown for NFL. Everything you need. Will Minwoo quit tomorrow? No, I think that he won't. I actually thought that the round started to get away from today, and he rallied and kind of kept it together. Plus, Minwoo is fucking talented. There you go. That's a little secret that I know. Is Sharma Jason Day son? Dude, they showed old Shawarma out in the fairway hitting an iron, and I swear to God, if that guy's over 4'5", then I must be 9'11". Okay, because he was the littlest dude I've ever seen, right? Which maybe, hey, based on that's it, man. Look at the narrative this week. Harmon, Young, Sharma, it's the little guy tournament. I'm pretty sure Griot and Tom Kim are pretty little dudes too. That's it. That was the narrative we missed this week. You needed wee little guys. Wee little lads. That's what you needed this week. All right. Let's see. Who else do we got? Best 6K play. Once again, Andrew, I'm done doing that shit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to fucking answer them. What's your ideal player pool range for a 150 max? These are the kind of questions I'll answer. Process questions, theory questions. This is what I'm here for. Stosh, to answer your question. When I do 18 for week long, I try to keep it right around 18 players for my 18 max. But when I do Showdown, I like to have more players in my player pool because there's more volatility at Showdown. So I usually get somewhere between 20 to 22 players in my player pool. Give me a couple more punts, couple more, slimy plays in there. So that's where I would be. Good question, dude. Angel of the Morning, Juice Luton tomorrow? I mean, let me go look up Juicy Lucy and see what he did. See if I can see what he's doing. I mean, I do like Juicy Lucy, but Juicy Lucy is a ball striker, and when I see his ball striking sucks and he's getting it done with his putter, that's kind of a red flag to me. So I could see him getting there, but he wouldn't be the first one on my list. Still hyped up from the Cam Smith video you did. You think he makes a run tomorrow? I mean, he's just a sexy boy. Yeah, I'm not gonna guarantee it, but he's one of those guys in that perfect range that definitely could go make a rally tomorrow. That's what I would say to that, bro. All right, don't forget all of our winners. Don't forget to reach out to me. We'll build lineups tonight. I'm giving you some of my precious $25 150 max, so we better fucking put them to good use. Oh, by the way, for all of you that built a lineup with me today, I just want to apologize because I made them play Bobby Mack. I apologize. All right, I'm sorry. I don't know if I did like 22 lineups with people that won a contest. And I don't know if any of them cashed because they were basically all dead when Bobby Mack decided to be a bitch. And here's what's going to happen. There was a lot of guys that people played today and they didn't do well, and then they're going to go have their big round tomorrow, right? Max Homa, Bobby Mack, Minwoo Lee, whoever it is, right? So, you're going to have flop lag, right? They flopped on you, so now you're going to slow play them, and then they're going to go ham tomorrow, right? That's what's going to happen. Not me. I'm going to go right back to all of them because you're going to double hate them because they fucked you today, and then they're going to go ham tomorrow and fuck you tomorrow. How was Oppenheimer? Didn't see it. By the way, thanks for the Oppenheimer ticket, Billy. Actually, I think it was $20. Are these good karma? They are. I'm just going to let you know. All those guys that sent me one have won a GPP or a high finish in the past week. Can't be a coinky dink. Who has the best approach numbers during the tournament? Yeah, so you just go over here to event, you go look at approach, and it is Cam Young. And Henrik Stenson. By the way, Henrik Stenson threw a dart on 17 today. I saw that shit. Who are you trying to mush tomorrow at Showdown? Your best benefits? I mean, I've pretty much done with week long, but I'm gonna just mush Bobby Mack because I love to punish the donkey dicks. So that's who I'm going with. I don't think I have any chance. I mean, I could probably recoup a lot of my money at week long, but I ain't gonna win anything. By the way, I'm like 30th place in the big best ball, right? The big underdog best ball. I think I'm like in 30th place or something. Let's see. Where am I at? Results. Wait, what do I go to? Live, best ball, PGA. Yeah, I got up to like 6th for a long time. Now I'm setting in, where am I at? Probably around 35th. I'm in 35th place, right? And by the way, I saw some of our guys up there, right? I see some of our dudes in there. Saw like 4 of our dudes ahead of me. So maybe we can go win 100,000 tomorrow. That one guy is really far out in front, but I don't think it's crazy to probably still rally to get 2nd or 3rd place because this lineup today started in like 200th place and now it's up to 35th. If I get one more day like that, if I get a Patrick Reed, Corey Connors, Rahm, Hovland, Cam Smith, Tom Kim, which by the way, 5 of those 6 guys I would consider nuclear hot guys. You get 5 of those 6 to go ham tomorrow. Maybe I backdoor and get 40,000 or something. Not likely, but at least it's a chance. All right. Justin says, what's up, D-Gents? By the way, Justin, sorry that we played Bobby Mack. He was one of the guys we did a lineup with. Dadbot hopping in. What do you think of Harmon's percentage will be? I think he'll be right just under 50% would be my guess, bro. Is the Rosetta Stone compatible to an iPhone? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm sure some of these guys use it on an iPhone. I'm almost 99% sure because we put it out in like a CSV, we put it out in a PDF, and we put it out in Excel. So surely one of those 3 will format with your phone, right? Surely, right? Don't call me Shirley. T1 or T9 max 2 or 3 players. I would say, yeah, I think that up to T11 you go 3 or 4 players ex Durka, especially in single entries, right? Especially in single entries. All right. Is there a chance a tough guy Brian Harman gets banged up bad? I don't recognize your name, Cash Chucker, but that's a funny fucking question. Or falls down some stairs, which, by the way, I did hear that that's what happened to Tom Kim. I guess he rolled his ankle by falling down some steps, right? I doubt that. Brian Harman said, I watched a post-round interview. He says he's going to go to his room, eat some couscous, read a book, and go to bed. I feel like he's in a really good place. Like, I'm just telling you, he's going to win this tournament. But I still stand by that that doesn't mean that you have to have him at Showdown, though. I still stand by that. How about Minwoo Lee? You know I love a good bounce back, you motherfather. Is Cam Young broken? It doesn't seem like it. I'm ready for maybe. I'm telling you, man. It just took him going back to the motherland and finding his pot of gold to get out of it. That's all it took. He just had to get back to the motherland. And you know what? That Irish Spring soap has him smelling fresh. He's playing his best. He's living his best life. What is a super chat? That's just where you can give money to me, me and the editor, and you get to leave a comment, and it posts up for everybody to see. That's all a super chat is. Yeah, I think you have to have them turned on. Honest to God, I don't know. I just, whenever I'm watching other people's streams and I give super chats, it's just a little money symbol down there, and I just go click on it. But I don't ever remember setting it up, so I'm sorry I can't help you more. Do you limit your player pool exposure when using the solver? Yeah, absolutely. If you look, I think I still have mine up right here, right? If you look, yeah, I still have my player pool from yesterday. You can see I had Rory. I wanted him a minimum of 48, but no more than 60. And then I had most of these guys at a minimum level. Same thing with Max Homa. I wanted him in at least 48% of my lineups today. I capped him at 60. So you can kind of see, yeah, it has all those. Thomas Dietrich, I wanted in at least 12% of my lineups, capped him at 20. Otagi, Thurston Lawrence, guys like that. So yeah, I do that. Juicy Lucy is a great burger. I didn't even know it was a burger. I thought I just made that name up, to be honest with you. Are you considering adding new ball striker column to Data Golf? Are you considering adding the new ball? I mean, yeah, I guess we could. I mean, it's right there. I'm pretty sure it's been on the stone forever, bro. It's like right there. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at. All right. Player height coming to the stone, Kyle. I don't hate it, Bob. I don't hate it, especially this week. Anybody over 6 foot, auto fucking disqualified. You got to use dark mode on underdog. I swear to God, I don't even know how to do that. Settings or something? Count? I don't know. I don't want to show all my private shit here. I'll switch to it. Oh wait, it's right here. It's right here. Fuck yeah, let's go. There you go. I'm not real good at the technology if you can't tell by the editor having to come on and do this shit for me. In single entry, do you tend to lean more chalky or 1 to 2 pivot sleepers? I'm a little more chalky in my single entries, but I do make a point to have a conscious 1 to 2 pivots in there. Yep. Brian Emerson, what are the results in today's? What were your? Oh, I got smoked today at Showdown. Let's see. I don't even have cut sweats up. It wasn't good, Brian. When you play 100% Bobby Mack, which I told you I would do, and I did, I was basically dead before I even started, right? You can't even have reasonable finishes in a GPP when you have a fucker that gets you like 15 points. So got smoked, but I had to take one for the team, all right? If I have to lose, I only played like $800 today. If I have to lose $800 so that the donkey dicks get punished and I can dance on their fucking graves, that's a great $800 investment. All right, do you think the RNA makes it difficult pins tomorrow? I do think they will make it more difficult pins, but I also think that these guys in soft conditions can throw darts at any pins. That's my opinion. Hit the sun in the top right. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate it. All right, guys, do not forget, please go get in my effing contest. Let's hit refresh and see if any of you have gotten in it. All right, like 70 of you have jumped in it. Now another 70 of you go get in it. $5 3 max. Go get in it. Come check out my website. Come be a part of the best community. Sign up for the newsletter. Let the editor know you get on there for free. And, of course, use my little Showdown Hoedown symbol to sign up for the optimizer. Football season is coming around, and it's going to just be bonkers over at DGen75.com. That I can assure you. Come be a part of it or don't. I don't give a shit. But I will tell you, you're missing out. I'm not. I hope you've enjoyed this show. I appreciate 210 of you hanging out. We only got to 195 likes. We did not get to 200. So we're not doing any more giveaways. I'm a man of incredible scruples. We will be back Wednesday for the 3M, the emergency stream. And, of course, the course preview show will be up Monday. Be looking for that. Guys, see me tomorrow for the Sunday Sweat. Me and the Tour Junkies. If you're not there, don't you dare talk to me. Don't you dare talk to me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy this outro.